word fascism when there's plenty of it going on the other side of the aisle.
Congressman Doug LaMalfa faced a mostly unhappy crowd of about 1,000 people in Chico today. We have team coverage of the long-awaited town halls across multiple cities. Plus, a multi-agency operation leads to over 1,000 pounds of illegal marijuana being seized in Shasta County. We'll show you exactly what police say they found. And how the biggest fire in California is getting some help from our local firefighters.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Happening right now, Congressman Doug LaMalfa is addressing a crowd of constituents in his second town hall of the day. And it's the first time during President Trump's second term he's been hosting town halls. We're going to take a live listen into the event that's underway right now at the Red Bluff Community Center.
Your concerns there. This is about Red Bluff. We had a nice lady who asked about funding for our county. And what do? You make it about yourself. Let it go. I have 3 things to say to you. Shame on you. Jefferson, legalize marijuana whenever it comes up, and affordable housing. If you can do those 3 things for any of us in this picture, it'll be State of Jefferson, legalize marijuana, and housing affordability. Your choice. Go home!
Let's get control here. Let's get control. All right, we're costing my lady the opportunity to be able to present, and everybody that would like to listen. Okay, thank you.
Hi, just to quickly answer the man who just spoke. Those of us from Reading are here because LaMalfa's too scared to meet with the Reading Law. Now, I'm here because I would like to state a few facts. Now, I worked in eligibility for 10 years for eligibility and food stamps, known as CalFresh in California, and Medicaid, known as Medi-Cal in California. Able-bodied adults without dependents are less than 10% of the population of those.
Things are pretty heated there, just like what we saw in Chico this morning. And our reporter, Jesse Angelo, is at that meeting, and he will bring us a full report tonight on Action News Now at 11. Congressman LaMalfa's first town hall, as I just mentioned, was in Chico this morning at 7:30, and nearly 1,000 people showed up at the Elks Lodge. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe was at that one, and she shows us the often heated exchanges.
Hundreds of people from in and around Northern California packed into the Chico Elks Lodge Monday morning for Congressman Doug LaMalfa's town hall, ready to discuss a number of issues and topics.
So I'm very pleased to see that he held that town hall finally. And what brought me out was a long list of concerns I have about the federal administration.
I was concerned about impacts on Medicaid, Medicare. I'm not, in my season in life, I'm not at that age where I need that type of medical treatment, but we should be looking out for the people that do.
It's been 8 years since Doug LaMalfa has actually had a town hall meeting in Chico, and I wanted to hear what's coming out of his mouth now, because I know he has had views and he's changed his views.
And you're a little loose with the word fascism when there's plenty of it going on the other side of the aisle.
People asked about everything from the crisis in Palestine with Israel and Hamas to funding cuts, the Epstein files, and a handful of local issues.
Nobody talks about that.
Several people came out to show support for the congressman. The most notable support message came from Orville City Council member Chuck Reynolds. But many people I spoke with after the town hall say they were not satisfied with the majority of LaMalfa's answers, with some saying he dismissed the questions, and some of his constituents telling me they don't feel heard by him.
He continued to divert and blame Governor Newsom and go back to the Biden administration. And there's just a lack of accountability, and I don't think he's in touch with the district. He doesn't realize 43% of his constituents receive Medicaid, and he just passed a bill to disseminate that. It makes my head spin.
I think I just heard the company line, and I don't think he heard a lot of the concerns, nor did he understand the frustration of a lot of people. Myself, I'll probably reach out to his office again and thank them for coming.
Several people I spoke with hope moving forward, Doug LaMalfa's office can be more responsive to requests and even host more town halls, especially when it comes to his constituents.
What I take away from it is that this was positive to have this meeting. I think that whoever's in office should hold these kinds of meetings a couple of times a year.
I asked for a one-on-one interview with the congressman to get his take, and he was not available for that. Reporting in Chico, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
The congressman was not available for a one-on-one interview after the town hall, and we're still working to get a statement from him on his takeaways. We do have the full recording of that meeting on our website. Congressman LaMalfa will also host a town hall in Susanville this Thursday. That's August 14th in Jensen Hall at the Lassen County Fairgrounds. That one starts at 5:30 p.m. Now a live look from Alert California's Shasta Ski Park camera looking over Siskiyou County. It is hot out there, sunny though too, blue skies overhead. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon's tracking our Monday, which is, if you don't like hot weather, this is the worst day of the week, right Howie?
Absolutely, yeah, we'll start to cool from here, Haley. Maybe tomorrow will be our last day of our latest heat wave that we're in the end stages of, but still very much present, as we're still sitting at 101 to 104 degrees in a good portion of the valley and climbing up into the higher elevations. Chester 96, Alturas 97, Mount Shasta 94, Weaverville 104. Nowhere can you get relief unless you're in a safe, cool body of water or inside in your air-conditioned place or highly fanned down place of residence. Okay, little bit breezy, not horrible, but when we're dry and as hot as we are, we don't want winds because of fire season. Here's our moisture levels. They're not dangerously low. Well, it is in Chester, 15 or lower, but we're on the low side. I don't like to see that. We have the heat advisories and the extreme heat watch continue into Wednesday. That should put an end after we get through the middle of the week to our heat wave. But here we are for tomorrow. Winds a little breezy, still very, very hot. I'm going to go with a borderline moderate to high for significant fire risk potential. But we are going to see a cool down, Haley, and we'll talk all about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Howie. We have new developments on the Ponderosa fire in Yuba County. CAL FIRE has determined that the cause was accidental. They say someone working on a car with an impact wrench sparked flames in the dry grass. We told you yesterday when the fire broke out near Oregon House and Ponderosa Way, north of Sunset Road. It burned 87 acres and crews had it at 27% contained at last check. There are still some evacuation warnings and orders in place, though, and you can find the full list of them on our website, actionnewsnow.com, under the News Links tab. Chico Fire sent engine 8332 down to the Gford fire with a crew out there on the fire line today. They headed down there on August 6th. They're working 20-hour shifts, and today they're on Division E working on main control lines using firing operations to remove fuel. The engine's run by Chico Fire Battalion Chief Mike Watner. 4 Chico firefighters are working out of engine 8332, and there are 2 others working on dozers on the fire line.
Each type of call that we run on requires a very specific training. When we start getting into the summer months, we definitely shift our training with a high emphasis on being ready for wildland response. So that training is going to include not only like hands-on skills, refreshers, and working on hose lays, fire shelter deployments, just working on those specific types of engines because they're different than our standard structure engine.
Chief Matroka says they will rotate some people off that engine through about midweek Wednesday likely and send new firefighters down, but the engine could be out there for as many as 21 days in full. Meanwhile, the team in Chico has people taking on extra shifts. CAL FIRE arrested someone in connection to the ranch fire in Lassen County. The vegetation fire broke out in Ranch Park off of the Paul Bunyan logging road this weekend. CAL FIRE officers say they saw someone leaving the area as they were responding, and after an investigation, arrested them on arson charges. We're still working to learn who that suspect is, and we'll keep you posted online and on air. A missing Gridley man has been found dead. The Butte County Sheriff's Office says 57-year-old Charles Harrison was reported missing Sunday night after his golf cart was found near the Sutter Butte Canal on Richardson Avenue. His family members say that was a place that he often went swimming. Search teams from Butte and Yuba counties, along with rescue dogs, located Harrison's body this morning after searching all throughout the night and into the morning hours. The Sheriff's Office says this investigation, though, as to how this happened, well, it's still ongoing. A multi-agency operation in Shasta County seized over 1,000 pounds of illegal marijuana, guns, and cash. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office marijuana eradication team led a 4-day multi-agency operation. Officials say nearly 13,000 pot plants and about 1,900 pounds of processed pot was seized. 23 search warrants were served across 29 properties, resulting in the discovery of about 13 guns and $50,000 cash. The Sheriff's Office says that numerous complaints had been filed to the District Attorney's Office. Well, there is another chance to get your kids up to date on required vaccinations before school starts. Butte County is hosting a series of clinics that are free for the uninsured, Medicaid eligible, or Alaskan or American Indian population. Tomorrow, head to the Butte County Public Health Building in Chico from 2 to 5, or next Wednesday, the 20th of August. The clinic will be at the Butte County WIC office in Gridley from 2 to 4. Public Health says the Tdap vaccine is required for incoming 7th graders, and the HPV and meningitis vaccines are recommended. A new youth psychiatric health facility is underway in Gridley. Plus, doing any major yard work? Why it's so important to call 811 before you start digging into the ground. That's next as well.